Good morning. Just wanted to give an update as to where things are at. This is Tuesday morning. It's about 10 o'clock right now, and I am moving to the island on Saturday, bright and early in the morning. Ferry's already booked. All that kind of stuff is ready to go. What's not ready to go is me. Um, this is a different kind of move than I've ever done before, and I've moved a lot. Just had a bit of an emotional moment a few minutes ago because over the last 15 years, probably closer to 10 to 12 years, um, the longest I've lived in one place is about 18 months. Um, I've moved a lot in my life. The longest place I've ever lived in my entire life in one space is 3 years. Um, Different reasons, different circumstances made that happen. Not always my choice, sometimes my choice. This is a bit of both as far as the reason for the move, but this is different. But and also there's blessings and there's challenges with this. With this move, I may or may not be in this path that I'm going to for. I'm signed up for a year. I may not last that long, or may not last much longer than a year. I don't know, but the blessing on this side of things is I get to take my home with me if things don't work out or if I choose to relocate or whatnot, rather than having to pack everything again and again and again. And that's what I'm going through right now, is having to pack my belongings again. And it's tiring, it's exhausting, it's emotional. Going through all these items that, especially this time, going through all these items that are sentimental. I'm a very sentimental person. It's been a challenge. So it's a good thing. No, it's very cathartic. It's very healthy, and there's been a lot of good memories that I've been with going through my possessions and whatnot, whittling everything down because I'm sitting in the steps of my RV right now, and not much fits in 24 feet. So I'm learning to live with less things so I can have a bigger life. And it's a challenge because of being so emotional. I see items from when my kids were little, or, I see something that sparks a memory and whatnot. But I'm training myself to realize the memories stay with me, regardless of the things. So I'm working more on that. I'm also going through this in the midst of sudden onset menopause after my surgery. So that's fun. It's bringing its own challenges, the emotions, which is where this is coming from. So there's no easy way to do moves and stuff like that. Everybody knows that moving isn't easy, but this one's just different for me. I've had some challenges leading up to the last couple weeks. My fifth wheel is, there's so many amazing things about it, and there's been some challenging things about it. I don't know if all of you have viewed me from the beginning, but if you haven't, welcome. But this fifth wheel was gifted to me, and I knew the condition of it when I took it on. I knew that it has old water damage. I knew what I had to do to repair it. I haven't done that yet, but I know what's entailed, and I knew what to expect. No surprises in that regard. The surprises are this old girl here was built in '89, but it was built off of a U-Haul conversion kit from the long haul U-Haul truck. So basically, a heavy duty axle is what it was built off of, a truck axle. So it has hydraulic brakes. My truck has electric connections. I had to marry the two somehow. So I went to one of our local shops and I got brake hub assembly kit that I thought I would need. Turns out it's not quite the right size. So I had to return that, and then I had to call shops because that was a last minute change. I had to call a few shops and find out which ones could actually do it themselves if they had the parts and whatnot, because my time was cutting down. I've called many shops. They couldn't do it in time. They could fit me in, but not until after I move, and I'm moving over to the island, so I can't just come back. I can't wait. I have timelines that I have to meet. So that wasn't an option. One shop said that they could do it, and then 2 days ago or a day ago, I can't remember now. I contacted them to just confirm a couple of things, and then they asked a couple of questions, and then they said, oh, your RV is built off of a truck axle. I don't know if we can do that because we're an RV center. So that threw a new kink into things, did some investigating. They did some investigating on their end as well. And they found out they actually can't do it because of their liability. And they said, oh, well, if we do it, you might need to get a new axle. And that's not in my budget. So that put a new spin on things. And this was handed to me basically yesterday, this information yesterday morning. So amidst packing and prepping, I had to figure out parts. So that same location, I said, can I talk to your parts department? They put me over to the parts department, found out that I can actually buy them myself and install them myself like I initially was intending. Got the right size set aside for me. So today I am going to pick them up and confirm all the measurements before I leave the shop to make sure that they will fit my RV. Then I will come back, and it's a 45-minute drive each way, so I gotta make sure it fits. Gonna come back and then take the wheels off again, which was a challenge, but at least now I know how to do it. There was some challenges of getting it off because they've been seated on for so long. So I'm hoping I can get back today and at least get one side done, and then tomorrow I'll get the next side done, which would be Wednesday. But it's a lot. And I'm having these waves, these hormonal menopausal waves that are catching up to me, and it's going to be an interesting journey. I never anticipated this was going to be easy, but yeah, having this menopause thing thrown into the mix has been interesting. The timing of everything is just, I know everything happens for a reason, but wow. So yeah, I just wanted to make this a little bit of a different kind of video. I appreciate those of you that have been with me along the way so far in my journey, but it's a good thing, as in when I move over, my home will be with me and I can take it wherever I want to. I don't have to wait on other circumstances to determine where I'm going to go or how long I'm going to stay and then pack up again. All I would have to do is basically just close up everything, disconnect, and then go wherever I choose to. Having these new brakes put on, when I get those done, it means I'm going to be safe on the road as well. So I can take my home on wheels with me. I have been longing for roots to seed myself into all my life. But there's different forms of that, and this is going to give me what I need. It's going to give me the security that what I have is mine. No one can take it away from me, and it's all up to me. I make the decisions. This is my life revisioned. Your initial plans of how you think your life is going to turn out may not be that way in the end, and that's kind of what's happening here. And it's not a bad thing, it's just a challenge and it's a pivot, and I'm very good at doing that. Over the years I've had to do that quite a bit, so I am looking forward to this journey, this next phase of my life, living my life on wheels, living in a small space. My square footage is just under 200 square feet for now, but it's going to be in a beautiful oasis on a piece of property. This sanctuary is what it feels like when I was there. So thank you for following with me on my journey. If you'd like to keep doing so, please like, share, subscribe, do all those good things. It really helps, and I love having you along here with me. It's not going to be an easy path, but it will be eventful, and I will share it with you as I go along the way. So I will keep you up to date on what happens with my brakes, and we will go from there. Ciao for now. Good morning. So another day and still working on some stuff here. I ran into quite the hurdle, I guess you could say, yesterday. when it came to getting my drum off so that I can actually get into to access the brakes, because what I need to do is measure to see what size brakes I need, because I've never seen this before. I don't know if it's 10 inch, 12 inch, what it actually is, I'm not sure. But the problem is this thing probably hasn't been accessed in many, many years, and I couldn't figure out how to get it off. After a lot of research, some questions on a few different forums and all that kind of stuff, I think I know how to do it now. It's just a matter of being able to do it. What I should be able to do is this ring here is what needs to come out in order to pull the axle drum out. And then this whole hub will come off, theoretically, once this is off. So I need, there's little flanges, for lack of better words, around each ring here. So I need to take all of those out so that I can actually pull this whole thing out. And theoretically, when I pull these off each one, the whole thing should slide. That's the theory. So that's where I'm at right now. I am exactly 2 weeks today that I'm supposed to be on the ferry to the island. So pressure is definitely on. Once I get this off, that will solve a lot of my my issues, because then I can go ahead and start cleaning it, loading it, and I'll be good to go. I was hoping to have the brakes in my hands to put them in this weekend. Hopefully I can still get that done. I can go into town and get them later today or whatnot. But first things first, I got to get these little flanges off again, for lack of better proper words. So yeah, stick with me on my journey and we'll see what happens. This is what I need to get off, and I got one. So I'm hoping that this is going to be sliding out nice and easy once you get the rest of them off. Apparently the drum itself is quite heavy, so I might have to get a little jack to support it, to pull it out. But this is amazing. I am super stoked. They're all off. Another piece off. That's what's supposed to be coming off. That's awesome. Super excited about that. So this needed to come out. Now the next thing I need to do is get this inside out here, and it's going to be quite messy, so I need to get some paper towels and whatnot and pull that out, because obviously it's chock full of grease. So that's the next step. Okay, so what I needed to do is dig out all of this grease. There's, you know, if you can see how thick that is, in order to get to the bolt that's right here. I don't know if you can see that on there as well. It's quite bright and sunny where I'm at, so I don't know if you can see that. But this is the bolt that I need to get out in order to pull the axle drum out. So let's keep going. I don't know if I actually mentioned it or not, but the grease that's in here right now is actually supposed to be there. So just so this is something that I learned as well. So in case this is something that you're doing for the first time, like me, the grease is actually supposed to be there. So don't be alarmed if it's just goop. From what I've done the research on, this is supposed to be just finger tight, or just past finger tight. So I'm hoping that's the case. So let's find out.
Well, if you tap it with a screwdriver at an angle, it should loosen. They're not usually not that tight.
Tap which side? This part?
You grab a screwdriver, you just tap that nut there,
Oh, okay.
and that should come off.
Okay.
Because they're not that tight.
Yeah, it's supposed to be just past finger tight from what I saw.
See?
Ah, there we go. That'll work. Okay, cool.
Then
Awesome.
there'll be an onion nut inside there. That's going to be loose, finger tight again. The axle is supposed to be attached to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubting who I am when you see see on the side of the road. There's only one woman working on a
Well,
rig
no,
right
I
now.
saw your posting on Facebook, and I thought, oh. And when I came in this morning, oh, that must be the trailer down there. So I wandered by and looked at it.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so thanks to a good neighbor, he came over and saw my post that I had made on our community page. Thank you for that. I believe your name was Doug. Thank you for that, Doug, for coming to help me out. So we tapped off the bits, and this is what came out. So I've laid them down in order that they came out so I can keep track of how that's supposed to go back in. And I'm left with this. So what I had to do all of that for was to measure from here to see if it was 10 inches or 12 inches, because this is the brake system that I need to replace. So that all that work to get that off, just to take a measurement. I do have to get it off anyways, obviously, so that I can replace it. But yeah, I don't know how long it would have taken me to get it off. I would have found a way, because that's just my nature. I always find a way by myself, with help, whatever it has to be. I was getting pretty defeated yesterday. I've got 14 days till I'm supposed to be on the island, 13 sleeps. So yeah, so that's another added bonus in dealing with this. Why make it easy, right? Spinning plates is what I tend to do well, just to add a couple more plates and just keep going back to each plate and keep spinning. But yeah, she's off. I know what size I need. I need 12-inch drum brakes. So now I can go to the shop and I can go get them, and all the other bits that I need and whatnot. So part of the reason I'm doing this is my rig is literally one of a kind. The body of this was from a long haul, as I've mentioned in some of my other videos, but if you haven't watched those, go back and watch them. But also this framing was off of a long haul U-Haul trailer that they converted into a fifth wheel, and it has the dualies, which gives it a lot of extra strength and support and whatnot. It is a little bit of a more solid, heavier rig, so than a normal fifth wheel. This is 24 feet, so it's a little heavier than an average fifth. But yeah, so things aren't as they typically would be. I can't look up a 24-foot fifth wheel from 1989 because I don't have a model number. I don't have a model series. I don't have any of that kind of stuff to go by as far as what should be on this. So the mystery continues. The lessons keep building that I can keep learning from. But yeah, I got one side off. I got to do this again on the other side once I get my brakes. But this is a win. I'm super stoked. This is relatively earlier in the day. This is Saturday. I think it's around 11 or noon, something like that. So I still have a good portion of the day to hopefully start trying to replace these and get the original brakes off. And I don't know how that's going to go. I'm hoping it'll be relatively easy, but we will see. But yeah. Okay, so with the brakes, I learned this as well, to make sure you got the right side going on the right spot. This bit here is basically, like, think of it as an arrow. It always points to the front, and then the magnet always goes to the bottom as well. So I mean, I got separate right and separate left, so it shouldn't be an issue, but just in case, that's basically the way it's supposed to work. That's how it was explained to me and how I saw in the videos as well. So here we go.
Good morning. So I am on the road. Cats are right in here. They're not happy, but they're safe in their carriers. I am extremely behind in my time, but I'm hoping I can still make the ferry in time. The GPS is telling me I'll get there in time, but everything is good, I guess, aside from the time factor. It was quite hairy getting everything loaded in time. Basically doing it all on my own. The way I had to do it was a little, not the way I wanted to do it, but nonetheless, it's done. And better late than never, I guess. So I will keep you updated as I get to the rest of this, as I go through the destinations, get to the ferry, then I get to my new place. And then hopefully the cats will be in one piece. They'll be, there they go again. They'll be okay. They're just super upset, and I don't blame them. It's a lot of stress. But we are on our way to our new home, new adventures, new phase of life, to our life revision, and I am super excited. Again, I'll keep you up to date, and we will talk to you soon. Ciao for now.
One down. That thing's just walking up here.
That's all. Here you go.
Eating.
So what's this one's name?
Little Bean.
Little Bean. You're feeding Little Bean. Hey, so it's been a minute since I've done a video. A lot has happened, a lot. So I am on the island now, living here. I've been here. What is this? This is the 6th, so 8-9 days now. It's quite an event getting here. I got my rig to my driveway, and it's a steep driveway. I forgot how steep it was, and it was this one here, and it was apparently too heavy for the hill, with the weight that I had in it, with all my stuff in it, because my whole life was in it basically. It was too heavy, so thankfully my neighbor that's across the way here, right there, has made some connections since she's been here, and she called a couple of people. She called one person, he called a buddy, and then he called a buddy over the course of some time. Basically, not even a third way up the hill, my truck wouldn't go any further. It's a gravel driveway, long, bendy, steep, all that stuff. So my truck wouldn't make it up. It got stuck, literally in the middle of the driveway. You'll see photos below of that as well in between this video. So I literally got stuck. My girlfriend came with me to actually park it for me once we got up to the top of the hill, because she has her class 1 and she knows what she's doing as far as driving and stuff like that goes. So she was with me behind me, thankfully, so she wasn't stuck in front of me. The driveway, I don't know if you can actually get the gist of it in here, but it's basically wide enough for one vehicle. It's not wide enough for two side by side. There's a couple of clearing areas on the driveways, one just over there and then 2 other ones down the way. You can get in there to go around, but I literally got stuck right in the middle of the first one, so no vehicle could get past it. So first person that was called came in, took a look at it, realized it was quite a predicament. He was thinking he could just get it here with his truck, go around me, and pull me up. Not the case. They couldn't get around me. So he called a buddy to come and help. He had a bit more experience. These guys, they know their stuff. They really do. They've been in mechanics, they've done RV stuff, they've done a whole bunch of different things along the course of the last few years or whatever. They're the guys to call. So two of them were here. They couldn't figure out how to detach my truck from my rig in order to have my vehicle towed up here. Because of the incline like this that my rig was on, they couldn't detach my truck because there was no way to stop the rig from going backwards, going down the hill. It was really hairy. So one of them had suggested unloading some things to help with the weight. My girlfriend and I did that. We started unloading some things. A third guy showed up and said, that's not going to help anything. Yes, it's heavy, but unloading a few things, even if you offloaded everything, it doesn't solve the predicament of the angle that things were on. So several hours went by, different things they tried to do and whatnot. One of the fellows got in my truck and tried one more thing after they'd done a few other things, tried to give it a little bit more gas, and unfortunately I missed recording that part of it. You'll see some other clips of what happened there too, but I missed the part where my transmission popped and blew in my truck. I've only had my truck since beginning of May, so just a few months. So the truck was dead, basically. Yeah. So then it definitely became an issue of it was a rescue mission, as they called it. These guys do this for a living, but they were not here to work anymore. They were to rescue me because nobody could get in, nobody could get out. So the challenge kept going. So when the last guy got here with his tow truck, it took him a few more hours still. They figured out a way to get the truck backed up a little bit, or the rig backed up a little bit, so they could balance it out in one of these little pull-out areas, and then get my truck detached. Meanwhile, I'm losing my crap because my transmission had blown on my truck. I had no vehicle. I had just moved to the island that morning. Was supposed to start work 2 days from that point, and my work is 30 to 35 minutes from where I am at. I had no way to get to work. The only people I know on the island, the reason I moved to the island, is my son, my daughter-in-law, and my granddaughters. They live an hour away, just under an hour away. They couldn't come here. They couldn't help me. They don't have a spare vehicle to lend me, any of that kind of stuff. So I'm freaking out emotionally. It's been a lot of stuff going on. Even before the move, I tried to do, I had issues with the lights with my rig. I had issues with the brakes with my rig. I was basically at my wit's end before I even got here. So whatever they figured it out, how they figured it out, these men are geniuses and angels as far as I'm concerned. They got my rig separated from my truck, and you'll see in the videos as well. One of the tow truck ended up having to push my truck all the way up the hill, and where it's now parked, sitting right there, useless. It's there right now because it's still housing some of my belongings. I'm still in the middle of organizing all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so there is my truck just sitting there as a reminder of I'm toast. So they got it up here, and then the other fellow that had his regular truck with his higher capacity hitch than I have, he's got one level higher than mine. He ended up towing my rig up here like a hot knife through butter. It was amazing. You'll see a little bit of those clips in there as well. That was my welcoming to this area. But the property owner, my neighbor behind me, angels, calling the right people, bringing everybody water and snacks and making sure everybody's okay, supporting me emotionally as I broke down again. Insane. Like the emotional roller coaster that I was feeling that day is absolutely insane. Not to mention the exhaustion that comes with normal moving, anyways. The exhaustion emotionally, physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff. It's been a lot. So my girlfriend stayed another night after this all happened. The magic happened. They got it up here. She stayed another night, and my son, daughter-in-law, and surprised me with my granddaughter being with them. Came the next day. As soon as I saw my granddaughter in the truck, I just burst into tears again. They are my heart and soul. They're the reason I moved here. Getting a little emotional again, just thinking about it, but they're the reason I moved here. And seeing one of them in the truck was the medicine that I needed. So they hung out for a little while. They helped me out with a few things. My son helped me bring up the things that we'd offloaded up the hill with his truck, because otherwise I'd be doing it by foot, and it's quite a trek uphill. So throughout their time here, they spent a few hours here. We talked about it, and even though I'm not really set up, my granddaughter spent the night with me. She had her first sleepover with me, period, but the first sleepover that day with me. We stayed in my tent with my 2 cats that my girlfriend and I had set up. Ironic backstory. This tent I had purchased, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and still hadn't used it to date. So it got its use and then some over the last few days. So we spent the night, and my granddaughter had the best experience. There's bunnies on the property here, and bunnies are her favorite thing in the world. So she spent a lot of time playing with the bunnies and snuggling the bunnies, which was amazing to watch. But having her here was the best medicine ever. Throughout that day, and she stayed until, I think it was dinner time that night. She was here till throughout that day. I was searching online for a car because I needed a vehicle to get to work. My girlfriend was gracious enough to lend me the money for a vehicle, should I have found one, because my funds were just completely tapped after the move and the cost of the ferry and just everything that happens with moving. I found a car online. We went and looked at it. Actually, we didn't go look at it. She brought it here. The young lady that I bought the car from, she brought the vehicle here. Took it for a test drive. It was within the price range that I was hoping for. And this is my new baby. It's nice to be in a car cost-wise. I do miss my truck as far as the functionality of a truck and whatnot. But I have wheels. She runs. She's awesome. Her partner is a mechanic, so he kept it up in good shape. So fantastic. I got a car now. And then everybody went home. Dropped my granddaughter off. My girlfriend went back to the mainland. And now I'm left by myself. It's been a lot. And I still have belongings scattered all throughout here. Couldn't set up my shed properly because I can't find the screws and the attachments that it needs to. So I've made my own way of MacGyvering it to make it work for now. I've got to tarp it still and whatnot. It's chaotic. It's messy. It is what it is. Moving is never easy, as everybody knows. But yeah, I'm going inside now. And the girls, my cats, want to get out, but they've been really, really good. I'm blessed with how amazingly good these cats have been. And there they are now. So I have spent the last 3 days, as I had a 4-day weekend. I spent the last 3 days getting this place livable, functional, I guess, more so, because I still haven't finished my demolition in order to do my renovation. But now we're living in it because I have no choice. I'm tired of living in the tent, which I did for 4 nights. Me and the cats and the litter box. Fun. Did that for 4 nights. Yeah, there's Tazzy. Hey, baby. So it's semi-functional. I have my bathroom plant station here. I have my kitchen station here. And, of course, my bedroom area. All my clothes are put away. Washed, put away. That part's done. So that's awesome. Love my new fridge. So that's good. But now I have to basically rip it apart again because there's no water running inside. I'm using a hose outside right now. Thankfully, I have something, my new induction cooktop, that I could actually boil water in. So I can clean things with warm water, but it's quite a process. It's like I'm camping living right now. A hose outside is drinking water, but a hose outside is my water source. There's no running toilet inside here. There's an outhouse out there, so I'm using that. That's fun. So my priorities now is I need to get water in here and I need to get a toilet in here. But in order to do that, I have to undo all of that I've just done in here in order to take out the flooring that needs to be taken out, because underneath there's some soft spots that needs to be fixed. That's one thing. I also need to take out these walls, because these walls, of course, as an RV, are very thin. I need to build them a little bit so I can insulate them so that we can be warm. It's fine, it's summer right now, but the first half of the summer has gone like nothing. So I know that the next half of the summer is going to go just as fast. So I'm in a bit of a time crunch that I have to get all this stuff done while I'm living in it with my 2 cats. I need to get a water heater in here. There isn't one yet. There's a lot of things I need to do. I've been struggling with my priority list because everything's kind of in a priority. So yesterday I took the day just for me to do nothing. Watched a couple of videos on my phone. My TV isn't set up yet because there's no space for it yet. So I took yesterday for a me day. I needed it. It's been a lot. And I've had a couple of moments when we were sitting in the tent, when I was basically still living in that and working from the tent too, because I do have power with an extension cord. So while I was working, sitting in the tent, looking out the tent at my rig, I was thinking, what did I get myself into? Am I in over my head? And I thought, no, I can do this. Where there is a will, there's a way, and I'm very willing. So there's that. Then yesterday, I'm sitting in my bedroom space on my bed, looking where I'm at right now and thinking, holy crap, am I in over my head? What have I done? And if I don't continue this path, what are my options? I don't really have a lot. If I had another space to temporarily live in with me and the cats, that was like another rig, for example, beside me, that I could live in that with the cats, great, that'd be awesome. That's not really an option. I've committed to living on this pad. I've signed a contract and all that kind of stuff, so I'm committed to doing that. I can't stay at my son's and come here on weekends because they're an hour away. So I still have to commute either way. I can't leave my cats there because they already have a cat. So it's, again, and I don't know anybody here that I can ask, hey, can you take my cats for a little while I do this? This is how it's going to have to happen. Talked to a couple of friends, said, got their opinions, like, am I in over my head? What am I doing? Is this too much? Did I make a bad decision? Or do you believe in me? Do you think that I can do this? Because I think I can do it. It's just the how that I have to figure out. And of course, encouraging words from them, both saying, you can do this. You've gone this far. You can do it. So that's where I'm at right now. My plan going forward is, and I had to box up these to cover up these 2 areas here, because actually in here is where my old furnace is, and there's too much in there for the cats to get into and hurt themselves, rusty screws and stuff that I can't get out because it's seated in, because it's 35 years old. So I had to cover that up, and then I had to cover up this one because this is what the closet used to be, because there's a big hole in there with a hatch that leads outside. So I want them to be safe, and I'm not worried about this just yet. Right now I need to get the kitchen side done so I have warm water. I can get a water heater in here. But again, I have to take out these walls down to the studs so I can build them up properly, build my countertop. Yeah, so this weekend I'm going to hopefully take my makeshift kitchen station, bring it over here. I have to take this cabinet out, just take it out for now, because that's nothing to do with my functioning stuff. That's to do with my maker stuff, so that can go out. So by myself, I have to take that out. That'll be fun, and then move this kitchen stuff over there, so that I can get to this area. I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but that's my goal. One day at a time, one step at a time. As I've said before, progress is progress, even if it's slow, and it's been slow in certain areas. I got a lot done this weekend though, so I'm proud of myself for that. But yeah, there's still so much to go. I just need to get it safe, sealed, and warm and insulated for when the cold hits. And sealed meaning I don't want any critters getting in here. So eventually I want to skirt this place. I don't know if I'll be able to do that this year. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that. But I've had a lot of angels on my side. I don't believe in luck. I believe in the vibes, the energy that you put out is what you get back. But I've had a lot of angels on my side helping me this far, supporting me, physically helping me, emotionally helping me, whatever way they can. I've had a lot of support, and the angels that helped me get my rig up here. I'm just amazed that I made it to the driveway. That's where it decided to stop. That basically my truck was saying, okay, I've gotten you this far, you're good. The guys that helped me basically said that they were shocked that my truck made it this far, given the weight of this thing and the capacity of my truck, because it's an F250, 3/4 ton. Not really something I should have been pulling this, but it did. Got me this far. I got to my driveway, and the universe said, okay, you're done, you're here, the rest will work itself out. And it has so far. I'm safe, my girls are safe, and we're making it work. It's a challenge. Don't take for granted the function of a good toilet and warm water in your space where you live, because I'll tell you, I'm certainly not taking it for granted now. I miss it, but we'll get there. This is just part of my journey, and I'll find a way. If you guys have any tips, tricks, whatever, please send it. I'll take any suggestions that are something that I can actually viably do on my own. I'm learning as I go. I've never done anything like this before. I've been around construction aspects most of my life. My dad had a construction business when I was a kid. And so I've been around that environment, but I've never actually done the work. I've never actually framed in a wall. I've never actually built a countertop. I've never done those things physically with my own hands. I've seen it done lots, but I've never done it myself. I'm not afraid of using tools, but it'll be a learning experience on how to do it. So YouTube's been my best friend in a lot of ways. Thank you for watching so far in my journey, but also in teaching me how to do certain things. Eventually I've also got to do my roof. That just popped into my head too. I've got to reseal it because there was old leaks and I don't know if they were ever fixed, but I want to make sure that they're good. Right now it's tarped just in case, but yeah. So yeah, you'll watch the videos of how this happened, parts of it anyways. I didn't get too many close-ups because I didn't ask them for the permission to put their faces close up on TV, on videos and whatnot. So you'll just see them doing a couple of things to help me out. But that's where I'm at right now. Like I said, it's been a minute since I posted, and this is why. Certain things I didn't record, like putting my things together, like folding my clothes and putting them away and stuff like that. You don't need to see that. And honestly, I just needed a bit of a break from that, just to get stuff done that needed to be done. I will try and keep up with the rest of it as I go forward, but thank you for joining me this far. Thank you for your kind words and your support. I really appreciate it. And if you want to follow my journey with me, single woman, 51 years old, doing this for the first time, why not? Life is short, and why not live it to its fullest, and throw a few more spinning plates on it as we go. This is my life revisioned, and I can see what it will look like at the end. from where I'm at now. It's just the middle stuff. And as a quote that I've heard from a movie a long time ago, life is the messy bits. And right now I've got a lot of messy bits that I got to tend to within my rig. So yeah, if you want to follow my journey, please like, share, subscribe, do all those good things. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out too. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao for now.